Okay, here we go. We're almost ready for this spatzel. I got this to dip it out with. I'm going to dip it out, and then I put it in this black iron skillet over here. I'm going to use this right here. I'm going to oil this up first. I'm going to use some spray oil. You don't have to use spray oil, but doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Grease it up a little bit. There it is. See, it's all greasy and oiled, huh? Put it in there. I got my dough ready to go. So I got 2 batches. Hopefully I can do this without screwing it up too bad. I think I better get a spoon. And it looks like we're boiling. Boiling with some salt water. I fill it up about 1/2 to 3/4. I mean, you don't want to necessarily waste water, I guess. So you're going to put it on there like this. And then you're going to fill this up with some dough. I got like 2 or 3 batches in here. Fill up with some dough. Like this. Hopefully you can see that. Ew, nice and gooey. And then slowly, hopefully it's going to push through. There we go. I don't know if you can see it dropping in there or not. Right down here, if you can see that. Going to go back and forth. Traditionally, these things are a little stiff, but I like to make them a little fluffier for the kids. Going to go like that, back and forth. When I get a hand free, I'll take the camera down and I'll kind of show you what it looks like in there. Eggs, flour, and I use 1/2 and 1/2. A lot of people use water, but and a little nutmeg and some there we go. Gotta put some more in there. It'll be fine. You can let the other stuff boil in there for a while. It's not gonna hurt it. It might make it a little moister. Like I said, the kids like that, right? Traditional. It's traditionally it's a little al dente. I go back and forth, back and forth. I probably should have made it a little bit not as thick, but it'll be fine. I got some buildup here. I might just let that fall in and see what happens and eat that as a snack. I don't know. Go like that. You can use a colander too, or strainer. Or you can just cut it off of a cutting board, but it takes a lot of practice to get these things uniformed. There we go, back and forth. Back and forth. Just like when you're stirring tea. Back and forth. I got a little bit at the bottom there, so I'm going to kind of push it and help it through a little bit. There's going to be a little left over, I guess. I'm going to flip that in there, see if it'll fall in the water. See what happens with that. All right, back and forth, back and forth. There's just holes in here. There's nothing sharp. There's the bottom of it. See those nice little spatzels? Let's get those off there. Oh, I got some over here too. Kind of stir it a little bit. They're basically done once they drop in the water, but you can let them go a little bit longer. Kind of stir them around a little bit, like that. Look at that. All them nice noodles in there. So if you let them boil a little bit longer, like I said, they're done, but if you let them go a little bit longer, they'll be a little moister. But I'm going to put butter in there, and that's all traditionally you would use. But you know, this is America. My grandkids like it if I put some of this ranch seasoning powder in there with the butter. YT likes Brent. So drain it, drain it, drain it. We don't want too much water in there. And then it goes in the iron skillet. You don't have to use an iron skillet, but that's what I got. Nice seasoned iron skillet. There's the noodle right there. See that little noodle? Oh yeah. So you can make this al dente because it's going to absorb all the butter like that. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to start with about a half a stick of butter. Spoon, and I'm just going to melt the butter like that. Just melt the butter, melt the butter, and that right there, there's enough flavor in there anyway, because I put some of that ranch powder in the dough. So. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little ranch powder in here. This stuff is really strong, so be careful with it. I'm going to sprinkle probably a tablespoon, and then just let it go. And then just let it go. I've seen people put, what do you call it? Tomato sauce on it. I mean, they're just noodles, basically. You know, you can put onions in here, garlic, maybe garlic powder, whatever you want. Whatever you like on your noodles. But it's just egg flour, and you can just use water. I like to use milk. I don't know, it gives it a richer flavor, or I use half and half. For this much, I use 2 cups of flour and 3 eggs. I put a little parsley in here too. You don't have to, but I don't know, it gives it a little bit of color. And that's about it. And then I'll just let this rest. I'll let it get cold, and I'll turn this frying pan on before the guests arrive, and it'll have a nice kind of crispy, not crispy, but I'm going to heat it up till a little parts of it start getting a little brown. And that's it. I'm not going to reuse this spoon, but I am going to taste it. Ooh, I'm going to get more. Here's what it looks like. That's it.